Mis panchicos, ustedes pa un minute one. Primeramente, mis saludos y respetos going now to everyone. First off, a big shout out to the boy, Downstar, Frank from Downstar, which was the same person I did the podcast with and last night. With that being said, I've been working, bro, and I come out really, really tired, so sometimes I'm not going to be able to upload all the time. But like I said before, once a week, you guys got that coming for sure, but I'll try to stay consistent. Anyways, look, bro, when I first got out from the Pinta, right? I did 5+ years, and I didn't have an ID, so I have to wait in order to work. I have to wait a couple weeks to get my ID. And once I got my ID, I started going to agencies, and they put me to work a few times, minimum wage. And then that wasn't really working out because they don't really have nothing with consistency. So after like a few months, I remember it was like probably like March. I applied for landscaping, and they gave me a job at Brightview. So when I was working right there at Brightview, right there in Agora, I used to have to drive all the way over there. You know what I mean? So I was pretty much losing now because you're getting paid $12 plus you gotta drive from Oxnard. I was staying in Oxnard at that time. I had to drive like 30 minutes, if maybe a little more at times with the traffic, whatnot. But anyways, look, I'm working there. Everybody's tripping out. A lot of people like me there, and after like 2 or 3 months that I was there working, I never missed a day. Everything's going good. I'm working hard. I moved from I was doing maintenance, and then I moved to remedial, which is pretty much hard work. That's like demolition and all that, you know what I mean? Weed abatement. Maintenance is just doing the parks. That's like, if you can't do that, my boy, then I don't know what to tell you, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I would go and I would work 8 hours, right? And then after the 8 hours were done, I would go work like 2 hours at a cemetery with the same people from Brightview. They were doing overtime, so they'll take us to the cemetery, and we'll do like 2 hours right there, and then I work Saturdays, bro. And even then, like, I'm working all these hours and all these days, right? And my checks were only like $500. At most $600, homie. And I'm working Monday through Saturday, homie. And I'm working overtime every day. I'm working overtime on Saturdays. And my checks were still $500 to $600. Like, if you have a job, then that's nothing, my boy. Like, but the Mexican people there, the Mexican workers, they were so tripped out. And I'm not trying to say it in a bad way, but they were so tripped out that I was a cholo working. Like, they've never really seen a cholo working overtime, especially there, you know what I mean? So they were like tripping out, like, damn, like they thought it was funny, like, oh, here comes a cholo, and I would go over there, and I would always be bouncing from crew, like from different crews, crew to crew, and always asking if there's overtime, always trying to get in, always trying to make an extra buck. And but the guy was Martin, that was a very humble individual. He's been working there for a long time, and he would always take me every day, bro, to the cemetery. And but him and all his friends, everybody there in the yard would trip out, and they would tell me that cholos don't usually work, this and that, and to me it was a humbling experience, because these guys are actually, teaching me. They're teaching me a lot of stuff. I learned a lot from them. I got some experience from them. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I wasn't getting paid enough and I had to leave that job. You know what I mean? So I start working for another company. I go to jail. I do a couple violations within that time, and then I get out. And when I get out, like I was frustrated, I was frustrated because I couldn't find a job. I was already out for like a month, right? And I couldn't find a job, bro. And finally, on Craigslist, matter of fact, one of my family members, checked Craigslist and they told me, hey, check it out. Call these people, they're paying $15 an hour. So, and here I am, almost 2 years later, still getting paid $15 an hour. In January will be 2 years that I've been working with them. You know what I mean? But you know what? They did me a lot of favors as far as when I go to jail, they don't fire me, and sometimes I'd be late. Like not anymore. But when I first started working, I was living like really, really far. I was tired because I'm working like 60 hours a week, and I've been late like a couple times within those 2 years, and they don't trip, but anyway, so my family member tells me, like, hey, you know what, there's this job on Craigslist, and I'm like, nah, it's not gonna work, like $15, they're not gonna pay me $15, like I have no experience, so anyways, they kind of do similar stuff to when I was doing remedial jobs with Brightview, so they hire me, bro. At first I didn't think it was like a real company because they didn't even have an office at the time. So finally they get their office, anyways, they hire me, bro, and I've been working with them almost 2 years. That's testimony right there, bro. I go to work every day. I never call in. I'm always on time, except for those few times, you know what I mean? I work very, very, very hard. And same thing in this job, like the Mexicans, they think it's funny, they're like, cholos don't usually get up at 4 a.m. to go to work, bro. Like the cholos we know, matter of fact, they've told me a few times, like, are you sure you're a real cholo? Because, like, cholos don't work. Cholos are just in the barrio getting high, and I was just like, it doesn't matter if you think I'm a cholo or not. Like, we're here to work, and that's that, But it's funny to people to see someone like me, fresh out of the pinta. I have some tattoos. They get to see them because sometimes we stay in motels or houses that they rent for us, out of town, whatnot, so they get to see all that. I have my hood tattooed on my face, so they get to see that too, but in all reality, bro, it was a very, very hard experience this past couple years. I've been on GPS. I'm on like extreme conditions for parole. Like everything is hard, bro. You know what I mean? I'm on my own. I gotta support myself and everything gets hard, but it feels good, homie. It feels really, really good after living a life of failure. That's pretty much what I'm gonna call it. It feels good to wake up in the morning, right? Go to work, come back out, you're tired, you want to buy something, you buy it, homie. You want to eat something, you eat it, you know what I mean? It feels good to wake up every Friday, homie, and get a check, direct deposit, have a bank account. You know what I mean? I don't have a badass car, My car is an old car, but in all reality, I'm going to save money and try to invest it. I'm not going to waste my money in a new car, you know what I mean? That's just not what I'm gonna do, but it feels good, even though it's not a nice car. It feels good to have a car and get around, I want to go here, I want to go there in this county, then I got transportation, bro, and all that feels good, bro. Like, I'm never without money because I've been having a job for two years. You know, at first, yeah, you know, like I was getting paid minimum. I never had money. You know, like I was never able to invite someone like a Jaina or something. You know, I was messing with this Jaina that I knew. She's from Fillmore, right? And I never had a chance to take her out. Sometimes she would pay. Like we would go to Lazy Dog or you know, nice places because she has a good job. And she would pay, bro, at times, you know, and it would hurt me, you know, because it would make me feel low, like very, very low, you know, because a gentleman's supposed to pay for their Jainita. Or she wasn't my Jainita, you know, but she was someone I was seeing. So with that being said, I didn't feel good, you know, but now that's my testimony for the night, brothers and sisters. If you guys are watching, I appreciate each and one of you guys. I know I promised you guys a book. Like I said, I've been real tired from work, but I'm going to get on it. Give me a few months, and I'm going to drop it. You know what I mean? With that being said, everybody stay elevated. Everybody stay blessed. You guys already know what it is. If you're here to support, thank you very much. And I'll be back soon.